Hey yo, G Dash, boy, take your hat off. Fine. This week on Hats Off with G Dash Jones. Hey, y'all know what this is. You know what you're watching, right? Hats Off, G Dash Jones. Woo! Hold up. You gotta get your shoulders together. Gotta get your, I told you gotta get y'all shoulders together. That's how we doing it today. Y'all hear the vibes. We starting off. Name of Naija Chanel. She go by the name of Naija Chanel, song called Rain. Ooh! Y'all know it. Y'all know. Hold on. I got to bring the rain back just one more time because I got the guest on screen. Woo! That's Velvet Poindexter right there. See, that's what you. Woo! That's it. Skirt! Listen, y'all. Welcome to an episode of Hats Off with G Dash Jones. Y'all know what we're doing today, right? Today, as you can see, right, my guest is the phenomenal, the amazing, breathtaking Velvet Poindexter. Ooh, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Yes, yes. I'm glad to have you joining me. Before I get to you, I gotta do a quick hat tip. I gotta have a moment of gratitude for a few things that's going on and that just happened recently. I gotta give a shout out. Well, you by the way. So we're gonna talk about there was Creative Encore Day. Yes, that's right, y'all. It was a color collective, right? So that's shout out to everybody that's a part of that. I'm talking about Dre. I'm talking about Ryan. I'm talking about Andrew. Listen, check them all out. Creative Encore Day. It was a group called Color Collective. They all now had their own respective businesses, and of course, Sarah Crawford put together the day at MKT Place Gallery. It was a fabulous gala. I must admit, people in their finest linens, looking at glow in the dark art. But listen, if y'all gonna learn about that glow in the dark art. We're gonna talk about it. But I just had to get some gratitude there. Also, I gotta give gratitude. Shouts out to my man Robert Moore. Right, he got a play coming. Listen, he also him and my man Ty Breakout Jameson. They did like an open mic about a week ago or something like that. I had to give them a shout out. In time, check out Breakout. If y'all want a great comedian, he's hilarious. He's around. So shouts out to Breakout. Shouts out to Robert Moore for the things that they cooking up. Like I said, I just gotta give some moments of gratitude. And also, I gotta shout out my guys. Shouts out to Relicus and DHPOV and that whole squad. Yes, there is a movie from Delaware on Tubi. What? A movie on Tubi from DE. That's a fact. Shouts out to that whole squad. Check out Relicus. Look up DHPOV. Listen, and you can find out the details of the vibe. So I always start out with a little bit of gratitude. When I repost this, I'll put the movie title in the joint so y'all can all see it. It's a hood joint, but it's funny though. You'll get listen. It's one of them. All right. Now, also things that y'all should know coming up tomorrow. Shouts out to the BBB D Harv. You know he just had a birthday. Yeah, he old. Tell him I said it. You old, bro. Said it to your face. Now what? Either way, okay. He got the BBB down at Icons. I gotta give him a shout out. And in case y'all don't know, by the way, my guest next week will be Dyad. They're gonna be on the show. I'm gonna have Candace and Lamont from Best Kept Soul. We gonna talk because they got a show next Friday that I'm hosting live at Finnegan's. Boom, we there. Then that's the 19th. Then the 20th is 420. So I'm gonna do some things. I'm gonna be out at Weedstock, Delaware. I'll be around in that area, and then on 421 I'm gonna do a show. It's gonna be at the 420 festival. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be Aziza Naila. Yes. She gonna have the vocals. My man Cosmic Kai gonna come with the bars. I'm gonna have DJ Maul on the set. And it's gonna be a brunch special, right? Sunday Funday Brunch Blowout. You know what I mean? Blow that out. You heard me? So come on out. We're gonna put on a show like none other. Right before us, they had Jay Vixen friends. He got a kaleidoscope of squads. They just gonna be out there. Brunch specials by Flavor Dish. Get your grub on. There's a bunch of food trucks, but I got the brunch special by Flavor Dish just for y'all. Bang. raffle by IceBox. Yeah, just for y'all. Bang. You feel me? I do it for the people. I do it for the people. And if you happen to come at night, because you can come anytime, it's a 24-hour festival, right? There's going to be art. Okay, there might be art, should be art, and it might glow in the dark. Can you imagine you be on 420, right? Your eyes a little bit here, just you might be comfortable, and then you see some art just glowing and it glowing in a field. Right? There's people there, music, whatever, but still, okay, it sounds like a vibe to me. So without further ado, right? He talked a lot about this glowing stuff. Well, it's only right that I go ahead and introduce y'all to the person who captivates your soul with the glow. And she goes by the name of Velvet Poindexter. How are you today? Welcome, 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 people.
Welcome. I'm well. I'm well.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Oh man. So tell people a little bit about yourself. Let's start off with that.
I've been painting for like about 14 years. It started out basically with mental health, trying to figure out how to channel some things and myself how to channel some things. So I started out painting on glass, and then I moved to the sand because I wanted a deeper connection with the people and I wanted them to feel what I was going through, and
Wow.
through sand.
Wait, back up. Back up, back up. So who introduced you to glass instead of canvas? Like how did you even get there?
I always wanted something different to paint on. I always wanted to do something different. So I was just painting on glass by myself. I taught myself.
Wow. So did you start with canvas at all, or you was like always like we're gonna try different?
When I did the sand, I tried to do it on canvas, but the weight of the sand makes the canvas bow. So
Got
the
you.
weight of the sand is too heavy. So I can't do it on canvas. I only paint on wood.
Wow. Okay, so now let's back up. Here's my because now so all right, back. Right. How old are you when you started painting? Like when you started getting on the glass?
Probably in my like 20s.
Okay, right. So boom, right. You in your 20s, you dealing with life, right? Life is life. Like, by the way, if you anybody who knows, think back to your 20s, life is life, I promise you. Anyway, like life be life. So bow, and then you said, "Hey, I'm gonna start painting for emotional expression and artistic expression." And then you just start buying glass and expressing.
Yes. I started out with
Okay,
like empty liquor bottles.
and you would just start painting on them, to almost just like doodling, but with art, like with paint.
Yes. Sometimes
Ah,
sometimes I would put a message in the bottle, but it wasn't about the message. Well, it was about the message too, but it was more so about the paint, about expressing myself through art.
wow. So when you were done, did you feel like relieved? Like you would finish the bottle, and then you'd be like, I feel a little better now.
Yes. Just a little something, something. Not like how I feel with the sand. With the sand, it's like such a relief. It's like a weight. It's like it feels like a lot is taken off of me because um I can get out what I'm trying to get out through the colors, through the sand, and then I'm playing with the sand. It's therapeutic in itself.
Mm. Okay, so now when you started with the bottles and you started to paint, did you already knew that you had a skill for art, or when did you know you had a skill for art, or that didn't, or even knowing the skill didn't come until the sand either?
I always had a skill for art. I always drew. I
Uh,
always was drawing. I always, you know what? It wasn't just drawing. I used to sew. It came out in many different forms, but I moved to the sand, and then the passion just took over.
wow. Okay, so you were already a creative spirit, right?
Yes.
Got you. And then you started on the bottom. Now, did you sell before the sand, or did you start selling them at the bottles?
I what I did was like I used to be a bartender. So we would do like almost like loops, almost like an art loop, but it was at through the bars. So I would take it I would take it with me, take the bottles with me, and sell it to people at the bars.
Wow. She's a hustler. All right, so
Yes.
all right, right. So you was moving units on the bottles. You selling the bottles, right? Um, and now as you paint it, you know, again, you're kind of just pouring yourself out into the bottle, ironically, all right. And then you said, you know what? Or what made you say, this bottle is good, it's cool, but I need something different. Like, what made you even say that? To think about.
I was at the Creative Vision Factory, and someone taught me there. Her name is the Sand Goddess. She taught me how to paint in sand, and I just ran with it. After that, it was over. It was, it was like embedded deep in me.
Yeah, well, you got taught by the sand goddess. It wasn't like you got taught by a regular person. Her
Right.
name is the sand goddess. That was bestowed upon you. Okay, that's what she did. She bestowed that upon you. Now, so wait, what is the creative factory? What is
It
that?
the Creative Vision Factory is a well, for me it was a place where I could go and paint and be around. It was they dealt with people with disability. Well, not just disabilities, but mental issues, just different things. And I went there when I couldn't afford to buy my supplies myself. They allowed me to use their supplies to create. And they've done a lot for they've done murals, they've done ceramic, like different little things around the city. Unfortunately, I believe that they're closing now. They're about to
Right.
close, or either they are closed. But it was a safe spot to go in and create.
Wow! Shouts out to the Creative Vision Factory, allowing people to pour out. All right, so now, right now, here we are. Right, so now you here, right? You went from the bottles to and just creating, and then you got in touch with the sand goddess, and she was like, "Nah, we're gonna show you how to do it here," and she kind of just pointed you in the way. When did you know that the sand was going to be the vibe? Like, or was it immediately that you was like, this is what I want to do?
It was after my first picture. My first picture was a robot, a large robot. And after I did that robot and the way it made me feel, I knew it was going to be a part of me. Like I was never going to let it go.
Okay, how would you describe, this is a good one, how would you describe the feeling that you feel? What is that feeling? What's that?
It was like it's a little it's like it's overwhelming, but it's also like it also makes you vulnerable too, because you're
Mm,
opening up yourself. It's such like it makes me smile. It's like it's such a good feeling to be able to create and know that people can feel what you're, whatever expression that you're trying to get across at the time.
wow. Okay. Okay. So after that first robot, you kind of knew that this was a vibe for you. This was a place you wanted to be. But the other side of creating art, with this sand space, is then you got the nerve to say touch it. Okay, like
Yes.
you wanted people to feel it, and like what made you say I want people to touch and feel it? Like that's the thing. Go ahead. I want you to like what made you even care about that?
I wanted to break boundaries. I wanted to step it up a couple notches, a couple levels. I wanted, you so used to seeing you can see so much beautiful artwork, but you cannot touch it. You can't some artwork you can't even get 5 feet to be, close to it, to be able not even to touch it, but to really see some strokes of the brush, the layers, different things. You can't get close. So I knew right then when I was creating, when I did the robot, I knew I always wanted people to touch.
Wow. Now, when you said so, now when they're touching your art, is it in your brain like the way you feel? Do you feel like they're kind of touching your expression, like your emotion, like your is that the energy that you kind of feel like they would receive?
Yes, a part of my psyche, a part of whatever I was going through at the time. Or they could be going through something and they feel it. I've seen people touch my artwork and become emotional.
What? So like it kind of like because it almost like when they feel it, they start to feel seen or feel heard, like it speaks to their side.
Yes, it speaks to them.
Wow. Okay, that's so dope. Now, have you like I know you worked with the sand goddess. When you touched her art, did you feel it? Did it catch your spirit that way, or what was that like?
So her artwork is totally different from mine. Um, I took it. She taught me what she what she could, and I incorporated my own. Um, I incorporated my own self into it. I
Okay.
surpassed what she taught me. It's still a lot that I don't know, but I feel like I'm mastering it now. But I played around with it. I know tested my own boundaries as far as what I thought I could create and what I thought I could do.
Wow. Did you ever? What was there ever a fear of? I might mess this up. Like this is
I
what the
have
waste all
messed
the.
I have messed stuff up. I messed up a lot of stuff, but you know what? Only I know that. The pictures still get finished. Only I know that, like, oh, that should have been this way or it should have been that way. Only I really know that.
Wow. So what makes you continue to finish them as opposed to being like, screw it, this ain't what it is, and then kind of letting the spirit take you?
Um, Once I start something out, I want to finish it.
Woo, G code, yo, take that down, y'all in the back. Start something, finish that thing. That's what it is. Okay, that's it. That because you learn from the experience, even if you don't get to tap in to the initial vision, you'll wind up kind of learning from that. Wait, so now on the other hand, I know this because I've been around your art. A lot of people get scared to touch it. Like that's the thing, because that's a vibe. How do you deal with that? How do you try to make people feel comfortable with that? Because that's a nervous feeling sometimes. I don't want to mess it up.
Um, I try to make them as comfortable as possible. I talk about a little bit of the history of the picture. Um, and sometimes I even, break it down all the way to, why I really want them to touch the picture. And and
Okay.
people still say no. They
Mhm.
still say no. But
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah. In my brain, I think some people are going to say no because they're scared, and some people are going to say no even if they know they need it, because it still is like, oh, they get the same feeling that, oh wait, if it's going to make me, and I'm around people, and
Yes.
to kind of feel that.
And then they don't know what to expect. They don't know if it's some people think it's gonna fall off the board. And
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, touch it, just touch it. Um, some people think it's soft. It's not soft. They think
Mm,
different things, but the people that do enjoy the experience, they get out what they supposed to get out of it.
got you, got you. Now, even you, right? When you go back and you look at your art, or you go back and you retouch your art, do you feel the way that you felt when you were inspired to make it, or do you feel like you felt when you finished it?
Um, Honestly, I don't. I tend not to go back and do anything. Once the picture is done and complete, it's complete. Whatever the vision is, I don't go back. I don't change it. You adding more layers on sometimes can mess it up to me. So once I finish with the picture, it's done. It's one
Got you.
of a
So,
kind. One of a kind.
so now, when you look at your art, does it take you like how you're expressing yourself through it? So does it give you that emotion when you look at it again? Like, are
Yes,
you looking back at whatever that feeling that
yes,
you had?
yes. It's like a moment in time. It's memories.
Mm. Is that ever difficult? Just like, because sometimes you pain in pain. Like
Yes.
sometimes it's this is
Sometimes
the
it is.
happiest moment.
It is. Sometimes it is difficult. It is. But I'm almost positive whatever I was going through at that time, I didn't learn from it. I didn't flipped it, then learned from it, turned it into something else, turned it into a masterpiece of its own.
And so essentially now when you wind up looking at it, you wind up feeling the power of the lesson that you learned from it. Not
Yes.
just got got you. Has there ever been a piece of art that you made that was hard to look at the end? Like when you like, oh, that's one of them ones. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I'd be like, I'm not doing that ever again.
Wow.
Like I did a poem. I did a poem before, insane writing. The whole poem was insane. And it's hard to do the letters. Um and I probably won't do it again. Any
Yeah.
poem.
Yeah. Because it's too much to pour out. It's a lot.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. And then like you're literally like working it out with the sand, and at the same time you're going through the emotions that made you pour out into the sand. So it's like a layered moment in that space.
Right.
I dig it. I dig it. That sound, by the way, it does sound dope though. I'm not gonna lie. But so now, okay, now I'm curious. Even in that same world, you pour your emotions out into this sand, and then you're able to put this feeling in, and then you said, I'm selling this junk, right? What made you decide to slide into that business side of this? Because that's hard to then put a price tag on your emotions. That's a bar right there. You gotta put a price tag on the emotions.
I still
And
have
it didn't have the
I still have problems now with the price tag. I really do. It still is a problem because I'm still painting from passion. I don't always include my time. I don't. I don't always include my time, but as long sometimes I think, well, as long as the supplies are paid for, then I'm okay. But I just felt that I wanted people to have a little piece of me. So I just put it out there. If people wanted, I put it out there. You want this piece? I got you. You want a custom piece? I got you.
wow. So let me talk to the people in the back. Listen, y'all better get her paintings now because she keep talking to me. I'm gonna convince her to charge for that time. Okay, I just want y'all to know if she keep talking to me, she gonna be charging for that time, y'all. So you better get them Velvet Poindexter's paintings now. Okay, just just so you know. Now, okay, sorry, sometimes I gotta talk to the people in the back. Okay, now, all right. So now you're creating, right? You're pouring into the sand. And by the way, in case y'all don't know, you're watching Hats Off with G-Jones. I got the amazing sand and glow in the dark artist going by the name of Velvet Poindexter. She currently art exhibit at Luminescence. She got another one at a different gallery coming up. I forget the name, but we'll plug it in a minute. And she'll be at Weedstock doing her thing. So back to Velvet. Good day, everybody. So here's what I'm thinking, right? All right. So now you're pouring yourself into this art. You gotta you gotta put a price tag on it because you're selling it, right? Is it hard to give? And you said, hey, I wanted people to get a piece of you. So now, when you're doing custom pieces, right? You pour so much of your heart into your personal pieces. How do you kind of tie into the custom to make sure that you're still pouring yourself, or is that more of a let me step back and just give the people what they want?
No, I give them. I do give them what they want, but I add me to. I add me into it too. Um, Sometimes, a lot of times, I stare at the picture. I stare at it for a while. I look. I'm looking for different things. I'm looking for the emotion in the picture. I'm looking for the emotion that it invokes in me. I'm looking at the colors. Um, I might give you exactly what you want, but I might add some orange in it. I might add a pop of something in it, something to bring out the picture a little more. Or I might take something away. You you might have had on you might have, it could be the words on the shirt. It could be, I don't know. It could be, I could turn your sneaker into a sandal or something. Anything.
Right. Right. It's your way of adding emotion, adding your emotion to the art of it.
Yes.
Uh, Wow. So when you look at pictures in general, you see them almost, and this is just what I'm hearing. It sounds like you see pictures like if somebody, hey, I want you to create a picture out of this. You're seeing it in layers, right? Like there's the
Yes.
picture, then there's another layer of emotion behind it, and that's what you're taking from that moment.
Yes.
Wow, that's fire. Like that's dope. Does it ever get too much though? Like, because that's a lot of emotion just coming in. Like you got receptors just receiving. Okay.
It
Like,
does it does become a lot sometimes, but I just step away, but I come back.
mm,
I step away because you have to understand why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. You have to really understand that emotion. Um whatever emotion is coming out, you have to understand it, break it down, and then come back and crush it.
mm. Now, I'm almost curious, just because as a writer myself, and a poet myself, I know, as a creative, it takes a lot of emotional intelligence to manage the same feelings that you're pouring out, right, in that same space, right? Do you think that you developed that through the art, or did you already have that, or like how did that part?
I think I developed it more. I probably had it, but I developed it more over time. It's not like, it's not something, I don't really feel like you can really master that, but it can be, molded.
Wow. So, what was there a point in time that allowed you to know this is what I want to do for the business? This is what I'm gonna do. This is my passion. I'm gonna do this. Like this is it. This is what I'm gonna
It's a lifestyle. I don't
do.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one drawing in my house. My daughters draw, my sons draw. Like, it's, they know. It comes out in, in our language. It comes out the way we dress. Um it comes out in every form. Art,
Mm.
is life.
Ooh, ooh. How'd you know to not tuck it? Like this world we live in will have you tucking your creativity or tucking your artistry or tucking your expression because it's not status quo, or you know what I'm saying? Like how'd you know? Like your style of doing sand art is not status quo. Like you go there. What made you decide to say, nah, I'm not tucking nothing? Like we doing this. What's up?
It's in me. It's in me. I'm
Wow.
I'm not backing down. I'm gonna keep pushing forward. I'm going to press the boundaries every time, every time.
Have people ever tried to convince you to do it differently?
Of course. But I tell them, nah, because I think it's funny. They be like, maybe you should do something else other than sand or something like that. And I'll be like, but what else is there? This is it. Like, you can't see my art now and not see sand, not see it glowing in the dark. Once you see it, that, like, you can't erase it.
Mm. That's a fact. Listen, if y'all don't know, when y'all come to see Luminescence, or when y'all come to Weed Stock, or come to any of the galleries that you see Velvet Poindexter at, you can't unsee it. That's a fact. At the point in which you like, wait, what am I looking at? You can't unsee it. Like literally, even when I was putting together like I made the flyer and I didn't post it initially because I was like, I can't just post this flyer. They need to see her art. Okay, that's why I made it a reel to switch up, because I was like, I gotta add some of this art into this vibe. They gotta see the art. So, all right, now, I can't forget the glow in the dark spot. How did you? What made you say like there's because you do regular art like there's so by the way y'all can get her pieces where it's made with sand, and when you look at it, it's gonna look like it's a fabric, right? I ain't gonna lie. Like in person, it looks like a fabric, but it's not. It's sand. But at some point, you said, you know what? I'm gonna make that glow in the dark. Now for me, that sounds like a weed stock thought, maybe a 420 thought. Okay, I'll be like, hey, let's make it.
It might have been a part of 420. Sure. I, you know what? I feel like the glow in the dark colors, some of the glow in the dark colors are more vibrant. I'm vibrant. You know, I glow. I want my artwork to glow. Some of the colors they just stand out. When I think of myself, I stand out. I want the colors to stand out. So it really started by mistake. Um, I just was playing around with it, and then I was like, you know what? Let me turn this light off. Or I walked into the room when the picture wasn't all the way finished, and it was glowing, and it was like a light flashing, like that is hot. That is so dope.
Wait,
I gotta create.
did you have glow in the dark paint at that time, or was it just something speaking to your spirit? Like you could see it glowing even though it really wasn't?
Um, it was really glowing.
Wait, you had glow in the dark paint and you didn't know it?
No, would it like the concept behind it was like to make the wind. I had started using it like make the wind. So I just took the colors and made it like wind or like whimsical or whatever. And then I went back, I let it sit. I let it sit for a little bit, and then I went back in there to like, okay, I don't think it's finished yet. And it was glowing. It absorbed, I guess, the light. And when you turned off the light, it glowed on its own.
Wow. And that's when, and so mind you, you didn't expect this, right? It's like I
I
would have been
didn't.
told. Like if I start to paint something, right? You painting it on sand, right? Bow. You're used to it, right? You already do this, right? Boom, you're making it the wind. Yeah, we're gonna make it a little whimsical, make it flow a little bit, which means there's different layers of it, because that's what you gotta do whenever you kind of want to give that additional contrast. So you did some layers, right? Boom, you hit the lights, you chilling, about to walk out, let it sit, let me go check on this thing, and all of a sudden it's like,
Yeah,
you're like, hey, what do we have here?
exactly.
And that's how you knew.
That's how I knew. And after that, it
So
was over. After that, it was like I want everything to glow. I want every part. But the problem with that is everything doesn't glow. You want it to glow, but like playing around with some of the colors, like prime example, the purple doesn't glow like the pink does. I can't seem to get the purple to. I'm gonna get it there, but it's just not there right now.
right,
You know.
right. Listen, again, I got a message for those in the back. Take that line with you. Take it with you to your job. Take it with you to your the people who you're dealing with, whatever it may be. But some people, some things just ain't meant to glow. You might want it to. You can want it to all you want. But if it ain't got that, it just don't got the glow, and that's fine. Okay, you can still love it the same, but don't expect it to glow. It ain't in it. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Now, just saying. So fine. After you did this, was your next step just to go to the store and get glow in the dark paint? Like, was that what you did, or how did you learn how to make it? Like at that point, because that was accidental.
Um, I did. I went and I tried to find all the glow in the dark paint that I could,
I
and
know that's right.
it just I I went out and I did it, and I tried to get every color I could possibly get, and um, it was just a test. You know, I tried. I tried it all. Some worked, some didn't, but I kept it moving.
Right, right. And then till you kind of found your, was it like a change of style going from just the sand to glow in the dark? Like you had to refine yourself, or was it already there? So it was just kind of at that point pouring out.
I think at that point it was pouring out because I had already mastered, or not necessarily mastered. I already, you know, I've come I've come to a point where I think, not I think, I know that I know what I'm doing now. You know, so so it just poured out even more.
Wow. Okay. All right. So now, does it ever get frustrating dealing with the business side? Right? You do this art, it's beautiful. You love it. You love the thing that you do. And then you gotta deal with the business. Is that ever frustrating, or you ever be like, I wish I didn't want to do this?
No, it is frustrating. I laugh at that all the time because you know what? I tell people all the time, I just want to create. I just want to create. Let me hire somebody to do that right there. I just want to create. You know what I'm saying? So it does get frustrating, but you need to know the business. You have to know the business.
Why?
You can't let nobody play with your money.
Ooh, talk about it. Talk about it. Don't let them play with them coins, y'all. Don't let
Exactly.
them. Don't let them.
Exactly. And if you open up the door, if you open up the door for it, people gonna walk in and do it. They going to take your money, take your ideas,
Ooh,
take
ooh,
everything. If you
ooh.
let them, if you open up that door, they're gonna, they will do it. So you gotta know yourself. You gotta be strong and stand on certain things, and business is one of them.
That's a fact. You gotta stand on certain things, and business is one of them. That's hard. I love that. I like that. That's one of mine. Oh man. So okay, right now, I personally have been at several different art exhibits. Shouts out to a million amazing artists that I know and all that. Luminescence, right? I was there. Like we did the artist interview there. I'm glad you came on the show because this is a different conversation completely, which is fire to me. Like we had a conversation, and this is a whole different conversation. But that's dope to me. Either way, um, what would you say? I've never seen an event like that. Okay, like even like I've seen your art. I've seen your art several times. I like your art. I've been seen in different rooms, but I ain't never seen it in like that. How would you describe that luminescence exhibit?
Well, you know what is funny? My cousin said something to me at the show. She said you gotta glow to grow. She said you gotta glow to grow. And when I stepped outside for a minute and came back in and seeing how it was glowing, knowing that I'm growing too, it meant more than what she probably thought it meant when she said it to me.
Ooh. Mm. So how would you say that experience kind of made helped you grow?
It's it made me a stronger person. It made me stand on on some things. It made me more confident in my artwork. You know, any I don't know about every artist, but I know a couple artists that I do know, when they're creating, they always say that they're vulnerable. You're opening up your soul, you're opening up everything to people to be judged. And it made me more confident in my artwork.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Because you started to feel like because of the reactions that other people had, or just seeing it up there.
The reactions, feeling like, people really see you. They see the artwork. You know, they see the beauty. It's they see me. They finally seeing me.
Wow. Which I love full circle moments, right? That's exactly why you got into the sand art in the first place.
Yes.
Because you wanted to, like, it started off with the bottle just expressing it, and then it moved to the sand because you wanted people to take a piece of you. You wanted people to get a piece of you. You wanted people to see you that way. Um, and I admit, and shouts out to Sarah Crawford for how she
Yes.
kind of put that world together, because when you walked in to the luminescence exhibit, it's an energy in the, like, it's a vibe, like it's
It
a
is.
it's a vibe. If you can get lost in each piece of art if you choose to, or you can feel it as a totality, which is just a whole nother like it's a, yeah. So
She's
definitely,
an amazing person. She really is.
absolutely, absolutely, and so are you. Listen, you're an amazing artist. That, like, that energy in that room. And if you ain't never seen it glow, if you're in the area, there's a couple more exhibits happening between now and the closing. So I suggest you pull up, because you're going to see, like, it's a whole breathtaking thing. And if you don't get to see it that way, then follow VP2 Designs. Go hit the box at the top, and just look at it, marvel at it, reach out, DM, and pay for it. So I feel like that's just how I feel about it. Now, okay, there we go. Hey, Pun, what up with you?
What's going on, my
My
brother?
guy, how you feeling?
Okay, hold on to me. I think I got the camera all messed up right now.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna talk to you for a second till I get Velvet back on here. I don't know what
No,
happened. She
no, no, no
dropped off.
problem.
So, but all right. So the reason why I had Pun here was very specific. I knew I was going to bring Pun on, just so y'all know. Pun is with me on. So I'm doing the show. Okay, at Weed Stock. But on 421, they said that's right, 421, it's going to be a whole, on 421, I'm doing a Sunday brunch, right? Because you can Weed Stock, the 420 show is technically, it's 24 hours, right? So at any given time, you can pull up, okay, from noon on 420 till about 5 on 421 is always popping. Anytime, just pull through, you'll see it going on. The vendor's going to be vending, the food gonna be fooding, and it's gonna be an energy, right? So
Yes.
I I said, listen, I want to do a thing, have a moment. It's gonna be me. If anybody has seen my live show, I create a storyline through music and poetry, and this time I tapped Aziza, right? We gonna do a story where we gonna take y'all through the vibes of how sometimes she might make bad decisions. Um, she might fall in love, and then she go
Hmm.
ahead and smoke something and realize that love wasn't real, right? Sometimes you need post weed clarity. I'm just saying. Sometimes you gotta post smoke clarity, change your mind. You didn't know till you spoke about it. Wait, you said you was where? Hold up. You
Yes.
wasn't there. That didn't even make sense. See, I knew, and then it started to flow. So we gonna create a whole story, a whole energy where me and Aziz are going back and forth, right? And then I said,
Okay.
I had flavor dish, right? I said, hey, can you give the brunch specials? So that means on 421, right? Bow. You might be coming from another event, right? You might have woke up and said, I want some brunch.
Yeah.
You want to see a good show and some brunch? Come out. And then they got the
Yes.
vendors, right? Bow. So that's when I hit up Punt. I said, hey, yo, Punt, you going to be at the 420? He said, I'm going to be there. He didn't say it like that, but he kind of said it. Either way. And I said, well,
Facts.
Punt, can we do a raffle for the people? He said, let me see. So he's going to. What would you say, right? Right. And I ain't gonna lie. I decided to call my show at 421, the Sunday Funday Brunch Special, in honor of Pun, in honor of the squad. Right? I ain't gonna lie. I literally named it the Sunday Funday Brunch because it's the brunch blowout. Um,
I greatly appreciate that. Yes, yes.
yes. That's because that Sunday Funday Brunch Blowout at Firebase Wood because of you, sir. So what would you say that people can expect um,
Uh,
on at the situation?
um, like I said, at the situation is going to be a lot of fun. Um, a lot, great vibes. Um, a lot of smoke, um, and just people just mingling and celebrating the day for a whole 24 hours.
Absolutely, bro. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, you got any new drops you can talk about? Is there a new launch that
Well,
Pun got?
we got a group going on. I don't know if you ever. Well, yeah, you should know. It's called the Delaware Cannabis Collective,
Ooh,
um, which we just had our Sunday Funday, as you know.
yeah, I do. I do.
Uh, yeah, like you said, you know, which I greatly appreciate that you came and saw the vibe and also gave us some gems, and not only that, our flowers. And like I said, also for your 421, like I said, I'm going to do a raffle. What I'm going to do a smoke essential bag, where we're going to be giving out duffel bags. It's going to come out with a LED rolling tray, a storage container with a grinder, and what we call the bing bong.
Bing
Um,
bong.
Bing bong. When I bring the bing bong out, then you know. So it's basically a smoker, um, gift bag with all the smoker essential. Um, and like I said, it's going to be a great vibe. Definitely come out, check us out. Not only that, check you out for the Sunday Funday Brunch Day
Yeah.
on 421. But
You've
definitely
been at
come
all my
out to.
shows. I love that. If I had to say like one of the staples at all the shows almost that I've done, roughly that when I put the show together, one of the first people I called, I didn't even need a vendor in this moment. Like I wasn't vending. Like I don't. It's not one of my shows like that. But I still was like, yo, Pun,
No,
I need you.
no, no, of course. And like I said, I greatly appreciate it. And every time when you do have an event and you let me know, I definitely would love, always love to support. And I greatly appreciate you supporting me, for letting me come out. But if one thing I have to say is, if anybody has not been to a G Dash Jones show or event, they need to come out.
Mm,
It's a whole vibe. He has a lot of great artists, especially local artists, and that's a good thing that you highlight a lot of good local artists down here. I think the last one was what,
it was hard. It was hard,
Harv.
Harvey. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
and that boy's bad. I definitely get his flowers. Like I said, I didn't know that dude had them pipes on him, like no Diddy, you know. Um, but he that dude can definitely sing, man. I definitely was surprised. Put it like
Yeah,
that when I
my man
came and
Harvey,
seen that.
man. He can sing and he got bars. He snapped. He snapped. So
Oh no,
that
no,
was
he yeah, and not only that, man. A lot of people can't do it with a band. A lot of times, a lot of people are just um, already have a beat ready and talk, but doing it with a live band and be able to mingle and be able to gel together, because some people can't can't really sing with that live band unless they had a lot of practice going on.
yeah. Well,
But
Harvey Road goes by the baddest band in the land. That's literally their mantra. And
yes,
because of that show, me and them practice together. I do. But fun fact, look, just in case y'all don't know, I do practice with people. I don't just like it will feel like it's improv, and it is improv, but it's
yeah,
not as like there's some coordination that comes into the shows that will be delivered, including on Sunday Funday. Here's my vision for people, right? This is what I want for you out there watching this. I want okay on 421. I want you to pull up. You might have pulled up on 420, slept in the car, stayed through, whatever you chose. But I want you to pull up, right? I want you to come through maybe around noon, right? Only reason around noon, maybe noon one, right? Walk through the vendors, grab some stuff, stop by IceBox, right? What you gonna do? Stop by IceBox, right? Get yourself something and get a raffle ticket, right? Boom, right?
oh,
After you get the raffle ticket, all right, then you gonna go ahead, you gonna hit a flavor dish, right? There's other food trucks, but I suggest you hit
Yes.
a flavor dish for their brunch special just for that, right? Get your grub on. You might already got something that's gonna make you hungry. It's only right? Balance.
Yes. Ah.
Get yourself a good seat, right? You might bring a chair or not. We're gonna be in a pavilion, so there are seats around, quite frankly. But regardless, right? And then you might hit just in time to see Jay Vixen. He got a couple different artists going there rocking, warming you up. They gonna warm you up,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're gonna give out awards around 3ish. They're gonna start giving out people awards and different things like that, showing love. This Sunday Funday,
Mm-hmm.
things is already in the air. We in the zone, and then here come G Dash and Aziza. Say what? Yes, yes. By the time we hit the stage, I want y'all to have a little bit of grub with you. You getting your grub on. You in a good zone. You watching a good show. You're like, hey, this is my joint. You might re-spark. You see what I'm saying? You put it up, re-spark. Okay.
No. There's going to be a lot of sparking. Put it
It's a
like
lot of
that.
what? It's all love, man. What? And
Yes.
then
It's
then you'll enjoy the show. Cosmic Kai gonna come through. If you don't know Cosmic Kai, look him up. All this stuff is made for 420, right? Bow. Then 420 is gonna be a cannon. If y'all don't know what this cannon is, they don't know about the cannon. If you don't know what the cannon is, all
no.
I can say is things may waft. It'll be wafting. Okay? Wafting. It's
No.
gonna waft. Okay?
Nah. Put it like this. It's going to be like you're in, how you call it? You know how one of those eerie, smoky woods type of fog, where you ain't gonna be able to see a hand in front of you if you just put it out in front of you.
Yeah.
It's put like this: it makes a lot of smoke.
Yeah. 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 Like, I don't know if you've seen the movie The Fog, but
Yeah.
it's like that, but not horror. Like, there's nothing scary about it. It's just fog.
Oh
You see
no,
what I'm
no,
saying? Like,
just fog with basically good vibes.
yes.
You know, you
Yes.
you're gonna come out with chinky eyes like me.
Yeah. Listen, I can't say that. I don't listen. I ain't got nothing to do with that. There's the culture. I don't even know. I just call them thin.
You
They're
said,
thin eyes.
yeah,
Thin eyes.
yeah,
Huh? That's
thin
all I can
eyes,
say.
thin eyes.
Okay, you can say that, sir. I cannot. Okay, we ain't going to play the game. See, this is why I gotta be careful. There's like
Yeah,
people
yeah.
here. You never know. Listen,
No,
I don't
yeah,
know,
yeah. I
but
hear
listen,
you. I hear
tell
you.
you ain't gonna look like this. You gonna look like that. So,
You look like that.
let me stop. Oh man, come out, man. It's gonna be just as fun there as we have it here. Such a good time. Now, I was hoping I'd get Velvet back on, but if Velvet ain't gonna come on, she gonna have to give me a word at her closeout show, because I'll be back at the closeout show at MKT Place, and catch catch Velvet at Weed 420, because she'll be there too, in that space. So we'll find a moment to get her back. Oh, see, she knew. I feel like she knew what I was saying, and her spirit was like, "Let me hurry up." So she may be coming back on briefly right now. See, I like
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah,
If I
yeah,
can
yeah,
get
yeah.
on.
Of course,
Now,
of course.
meanwhile, I'm gonna let people know. Oh, well, Pun, you got anything new coming up that people should know about aside from that?
Well, we're gonna definitely have some new products coming. Take some time, but I just want everything to be perfect. Like I said, me and my boy Brody and girl Sin has a new group out. Um,
The
it's called Delaware Cannabis
now,
Collective.
yes. Now, if y'all want to be a part of that group, y'all can hit me up. Y'all can hit Pun up, but it is invite only. We ain't accepting all the riffraff.
Nah, yeah, it's invite only. You got to know somebody to get on. Basically, you got to be a member in order to join this particular group.
Yes.
So, if you don't know nobody, I'm sorry, but we do have particular rules and how you call it, regulations that we got to follow by. So, this is a very niche group that we cater to, and like I said, it's one of those things where all of us is you know there for the same reasons.
Right. He's not
Just
only
having
client,
fun.
he's the president. He one of the presidents. He's a part of the squad.
Nah, I
He's
wouldn't
not
say
only a
that. You know what I
client.
mean? Nah,
These niggas.
I'm I'm one of the people part of the group. That's all. I'm not the head. Everybody's don't is not over anybody. You
It's
know when
so
we
bashful whenever I say that.
you know
Like, look at him.
we
He like, yo, you the man. Nah, I'm just
nah.
sitting there trying to survive,
Oh yeah, yeah, of
man.
course. You know, I'm, you know, when we started this thing, everybody started at the same line. You know what I
I
mean?
hear that.
Nobody was up front of the line and or anything like that. Yeah, but yeah, if anybody wanted, like I said, join the group. You know what I mean? You got to know G Dash because you know he's one of those guys. But
Don't
you
do
know,
that to me now. I ain't know that.
yeah,
People know me. I don't even know
yeah.
people know me.
People know you, man. You know they because they know you, man. You know you. I'm thinking guy.
I'm thinking, God, facts. Okay, right. Just because I'm having issues bringing Velvet back up, here's what I'm gonna say. Velvet, put a word into the chat if you hear this. Put a word into the chat. Uh, and while you type that word, pun, you think of a word. I tell people if you give me a word, I give you a poem. It's about that time. So Velvet, please type a word into the chat. So
Ooh.
while pun thinks of a word as well. And meanwhile, I'm gonna tell y'all. This has been an episode of Hats Off with G Dash Jones. Phenomenal episode. I had, Velvet Poindexter. I might bring her back just to have a couple more closeout moments another time since IGN. Um,
Well,
but I want to give her a shout out. She gave me the word bow. Plan, I'm gonna get your word in a second. I need people to know next Thursday, 8:30. My guest will be Dyad, right? If y'all don't know who Dyad is, it's gonna be Candace along with Lamont, and because they got the show live at Finnegan's on 419. Well, we're gonna talk about that. And then I got Weed Stock 420 on 420. And it's a 24-hour festival. I'm doing a couple different things there. I got a trivia joint on that Sunday I'm dealing with. And you'll see me moving around. But again, Sunday Funday Brunch Blowout. Blow that out. That's what we rocking. Me, Aziza, Cosmic Kai, Maul the DJ. It's all the vibes in the building. We all getting together and doing something dope. That's the interview. Now, with that said, and I'm doing 30 days of poetry. So every day, y'all go to my page, you'll see a different poem of some sort. I'm doing stuff. I'm not. We cooking. So, with that said, so pun. So you got a word for me, sir?
let me see. Do it have to be a word? Can it be a name or a
It can
number?
be whatever you want it to be, good bro.
You know what? I was gonna say 420. You know what I mean? Since we was talking about it, but I do have to definitely show my respect and definitely rest in peace, Richard, that was part of the Weed Stock group that passed away, unfortunately. But I want to use his name, Richard.
Okay. All right. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Light a candle up for this one. See, when I say I light that candle up, it's because you'll know that you'll miss them. See, I need you to know until the time that you're gone that the type time that he was on, he could bring a smile to anyone. It was almost like the way that he was joke and laugh would make you joke and laugh, and he was sometimes inappropriate, but that's when you knew you was about to be in tears off of that. He really didn't care. It was almost like his smile was big enough and bright, but you was also gonna smile at the fact that he was that a shag? Maybe it was a mullet. Okay, he even like that. I promise you, that's how it was. See, it was the way that he had a charismatic figure. He was going to ask you some things that was going to say how you figure. You might even look at the post that he made and be like, really? Did you say that to everybody? And he did. I promise you, he wasn't bashful about how he would move around anybody. He was always just him, and at the same time, he wanted the best for everybody. See, he loved to bring smiles, but he was going to say things that was worthwhile, and he wasn't going to pull no punches, but he was still giving happiness in bunches. I needed you to understand this. Trust me, he would even laugh if I told him to do some crunching. That's just how he was with it. See, I promise you, if I could only crack jokes because that's how he would appreciate it. Like, it was one thing that we will remember him for. It was for the smiles and the laughter and the joy that he created. Like, I gotta be honest. Even in the moments that he was gone, if you ask me what it was, if you ask him what it was, he'd probably say that he was shaped like Fred Flintstone. Okay? That's just how it was for him, right? I'm only cracking jokes for him because we had love for him. So I need you to understand that the love that he had was ample, and the vibes that he created were rich. That's probably why he got his name. So that's why I asked you to light a candle for Rich. Rest in peace.
Rich, rest in peace.
All right. Because I
Greatly
might have to clip
appreciate
that one and
that.
post that one like ASAP. That might need to go out like now. But
Yeah.
yeah, shout out to Rich, man. He was a light.
Yeah,
All
he was
right.
definitely like,
Yeah, yeah.
well, yeah, I see you getting a little emotional, man. That was pretty good, man. I love it, man. But
Thank you.
definitely come out to 420.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what Rich will want.
yes. Rich will
Um,
definitely want you out
and
there.
and we gonna definitely light one for him. Matter of fact, we ain't gonna light one. We gonna light a couple.
That is the vibes.
That is the vibe. So, and like I said, definitely come out, support. Not only that, definitely come out and support on 421 for G Dash Jones Sunday Funday Brunch.
Yeah,
And definitely come by the IceBox Limited Table. We're gonna have definitely some games, some raffles, and like I said, uh, it's gonna be a vibe, and hopefully pray to God that we have good weather.
absolutely. Don't even anything, but it's going to be good. That's all I know.
Yes,
And
yes.
yeah. So and also again, shout out to Velvet Poindexter. Go see. Listen again. MKT Place Gallery. I need everybody. If you're a local, slide through there on any of the Fridays because that's going to be a whole different. Like that's a luminescence exhibit. It's different, right?
Yeah,
Boom.
different.
Um. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have.
Also,
I,
who's going to say? Go ahead.
no. I said I have seen the actual exhibit, so it's definitely a dope exhibit. Definitely come out. It's definitely different from any other exhibit that has been at the actual MKT gallery. But yeah, definitely got to come out and definitely support and show love.
Yes, yes, yes. And Velvet will also be at the 420 situation. She's gonna have some art out there too, some of that glow in the dark art for that 420 vibe. So don't miss that either. With that said, y'all have been amazing. Thank you for joining Pun. Thank you, Velvet, for joining the
Thank you.
show. This has been all love. I appreciate all of you. And until next week, love yourself and let everything else fall into place. All right, and shouts out to
Yes.
Naeem Chanel for Rain. This is the song open the show. So y'all have a great evening. All right, I holla.
All right. Holla.
Hey, woo! Hold up. Hey, y'all know it. Don't act like you ain't got rhythm. You're making me nervous. Okay.
Uh, no,
All right.
it's the video. It's lagging. It's lagging. I do got rhythm.